If you are thinking of selling AI art on Etsy, you may want to stick around because by the end of this video, you'll have gained insights into whether selling AI art is right for you. I'll be sharing my personal experience and challenges so you can avoid some of the mistakes I've made. You also get a behind the scenes look at my creative process, which will allow you to better understand the efforts that go into making AI art. By the way, I'm Zen and I'm a new entrepreneur in the world of AI art. I've been selling my creations on Etsy for the past few months and I'm excited to share my journey with you on this channel. First off, let's be real. Creating and selling AI art isn't as easy as some YouTubers make it out to be. It takes time, effort, and lots of trial and error. But don't worry, I'm here to give you a realistic perspective on what it takes to sell AI art on Etsy. As a new entrepreneur, I was intrigued by the idea of selling AI art as a way to generate passive income, even though I don't consider myself particularly skilled in creative work. I embarked on this side hustle almost 4 months ago, choosing Etsy Marketplace as my starting point since it's well known for digital products like templates, SVGs, printable wall art, and more. One of my biggest mistakes when starting out was not doing enough market research. I was so excited about creating images with Midjourney that I perceived as art, and I began mass producing listings without fully understanding my target market. I assumed that people would love my AI artwork, but I soon realized that wasn't the case. Selling AI art is not as simple as creating some images and listing them on Etsy hoping to make some sales. During my first month, I created almost 60 listings and attempted to sell them in various formats, including canvas art using Printful, SVGs, and printable wall art. Unfortunately, I wasn't getting any sales despite receiving visits to my product. After analyzing my statistics, I realized that perhaps buyers on Etsy don't appreciate AI art as much as other types of art. Either that or my art just sucks. I'm not saying this just based on my experience. If you go on eRank and search for AI art, you'll see a high search volume, but that doesn't necessarily translate to demand. When you look at the bottom section where you can view all the listings and sort them by total views, you'll find that many of them are receiving a decent amount of views, but if you inspect further, they are not generating a lot of sales. For example, this listing has about 900 plus views. If you look at the shop, it has only 32 sales. This is something that I've observed for other similar stores. By the way, eRank is a market research tool for Etsy and it's free. I'll recommend anyone who is starting out on Etsy to use it. I'm not saying that AI art doesn't sell on Etsy, but in my opinion, Etsy may not be the ideal platform to sell it. You might have a better chance of selling them as NFTs and promoting them on Twitter. So after a month of learning, I changed my perspective and started using Midjourney as a tool to create product instead of just selling Midjourney art. I then conducted market research on eRank and found a keyword with good search volume and low competition that was well suited for printable wall art. I created a product for that keyword and received my first sale just 2 days later. Today, that product is my best-selling item with a total of 15 orders and $120 in revenue. Knowing that it's working, I created a few variations of that product and received several more sales from 3 other listings. While I didn't want to create too many listings in the same niche, I did want to expand my target audience. So this month, I've been publishing listings that would attract a broad audience looking for wall art, ranging from modern to minimalist. Although my best-selling product has been successful in my opinion, the majority of my listings have not yet received any sales. I'll share some insights on why that might be in the later part of this video. Currently, I have about 110 listings on my store and has made 48 sales with 4 5-star reviews and has generated a total revenue of $325. However, after accounting for fees and Midjourney subscription, my net profit is only around $70. In my experience, pricing your art correctly is crucial. While it's important to consider market prices, undervaluing or overpricing your work can have negative effects. After trying so many different pricing techniques and analyzing my competitors, I decided to price my art in a range that works for me. In addition, I'm currently running a daily promotion of 25 to 35%. While it hasn't yielded much success yet, I believe trial and error is necessary for any business. Regarding advertisements, I found that they weren't as effective as I had thought. I spent almost $60 on Etsy ad this month, but I only got 3 orders from them. Although it may not be entirely fair to blame the ads since customers ultimately choose to click on my listing, the revenue from ads made up 50% of my total total revenue. After the marketing fees, I barely made any profit and even experienced a loss. Now, let me show you further insights into my store. In March, I have about 1,200 views, which is 300 less than the previous month. My conversion rate is lower than the interest rate you get from the bank, and the majority of my listings don't even get up to 100 visits. But on a positive note, I've received slightly more favorites on my listings, indicating that people enjoy my art. I guess I'm considering to hire an Etsy consultant to analyze my store and optimize my listings. Like this video if you are interested in seeing a video on that process. Moving forward, I plan to prioritize using Pinterest for traffic instead of relying on Etsy ads. In my opinion, Pinterest is a great opportunity for organic traffic, especially in the long run. However, that also means that I'll have to spend time creating and managing content. Managing a Pinterest account doesn't take much actually. I currently have a business Pinterest account that has almost 20,000 monthly views, and I don't even spend much time on it. I usually create a few pins per week or scroll through the feed and save similar pins to my board. There are many videos on using Pinterest for Etsy that I'll recommend watching. If you think that's too much work, then you can just turn on Etsy ads and find a strategy that you could apply to your store. Apart from that, I'll also work on optimizing my store and listings by improving my mockups, product titles, and keyword tags. To accomplish this, I've developed a new system that works well for me. I create 10 listings in one sitting and publish them over 5 days with 2 listings per day. This allows me to spend more time on market research and store optimization on non-listings creation days. My process begins with finding keywords with fewer than 10,000 search results on Etsy, which can be a challenge. I start my search by looking for printable wall art and then find a best-selling item. For example, let's take a look at this listing. I look for potential keywords in the title and then search them on Etsy. In this case, Matisse print set of 3. This particular keyword has 38,000 search results, which is still considered moderate. Next, I'll use eRank to analyze the keyword and ensure that all conditions are green. Here you can see that this is a perfect example because it meets my criteria for a possible winning product. Then in the bottom section, I'll sort the listing results by age and find a newly created listings that's gaining traction. I'll take inspiration from those listings and try to create something similar using Midjourney. After that, I'll size the art pieces using Figma and prepare the mockups. I used to do my mockups in Canva, but after a while, I realized the mockups look very gimmicky. So I've learned how to create better ones from YouTube tutorials, and let me show you some examples of before and after. These new mockups are some that I've purchased from Etsy, which I think are worth it given how realistic they look. It's crucial to showcase your art in various settings so that customers know what it will look like in different frames and wall colors. Finally, I'll work on product listings, including SEO such as product titles, descriptions, and keyword tag. While I'm not an expert in this area, I just use the best-selling item as a reference and tweak the product title to fit my art. There are many YouTube videos out there that can help you learn more about SEO and product optimization. To give you an idea of the time commitment involved, I've timed myself creating 10 listings in one sitting. I didn't include the time I spent on market research since I did that on my own time. Generating the images using Midjourney only took me less than an hour because I'm already familiar with prompting. Also, Midjourney generates 4 images at once, so creating 10 images is pretty easy. The next step is upscaling and resizing, which took me around 2 to 4 hours depending on whether the images need touching up. I allocate 1 to 3 hours to work on mockups as I believe they play an important role in showcasing the product. Creating product listings is simple once you have made your first one. For example, if I'm creating 10 listings of trippy wall art, the most time spent will be on the first product. For the subsequent products, I'll just need to copy and modify the product titles and keywords. In the worst case scenario, creating 10 listings could take up to 8 hours. Please bear in mind that this is after I've spent so much time continually improving my process. If you are just starting out, please be patient with yourself. So do you think this side hustle is worth your time? I hope this video has helped you to make that decision. And if you're feeling inspired to give it a try, here are some pointers to get you started. First, do your market research and decide on the types of product you want to sell. Based on my experience, I wouldn't recommend selling in the printable wall art niche. Think about it. How many many people need wall art compared to those needing digital products such as clip art, SVGs, or logos. You may also want to look into other products like seamless patterns or posters if you have graphic design skills. Once you have decided on the type of product, search for keywords with decent search volume. For example, if I were to start a new store selling seamless patterns, here's how I would conduct market research. Find the best-selling item on Etsy, analyze the keyword on eRank, and find a recent product that's gaining views to use as inspiration. Look at the mockups used and study the product titles, descriptions, and tags. Think about how you can improve upon them. Can you offer more variations or items in your bundle pack? When you are ready to start, use my Etsy referral link to get 40 free listings for the both of us. Give yourself a few months to see where it takes you. There are so many free resources on YouTube that can help you along the way. To wrap up, while the debate around the artistic merits of AI-generated art is ongoing, there's no doubt that the opportunities to make money with AI art are vast. From selling unique NFTs to collaborating with brands and agencies, artists and creators who embrace AI as a tool for artistic expression and innovation can tap into the new revenue streams and reach wider audiences. As AI technology continues to evolve, so too will the possibilities for monetizing AI art. Ultimately, whether AI-generated art is perceived as valuable or not, it is clear that it is here to stay, and those who are able to harness its potential will be well positioned to benefit from its growing popularity and demand. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If so, please consider liking and subscribe as it will mean a lot to me. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.